There's a moment, just one, where everything can change. A decision, an instant where the future you desire starts moving toward you. It doesn't arrive by accident or chance. It responds to something far greater. Your will. Imagine standing at the edge of who you are, facing who you could become. That version of you, stronger, wiser, unstoppable, isn't waiting in some distant future. That version is built today, in the actions you choose to take, right now. Greatness isn't inherited. It's not gifted by fate. It's created by those who are bold enough to face discomfort and walk straight into challenge. Not because they have no fear, but because they refuse to let fear decide the outcome. If you've ever wondered what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary, let me tell you, it's not talent, not intelligence, and certainly not luck. It's the ability to do what most won't, to wake up, even on the hardest days, and still move forward. This is where your story shifts, not when life gets easier, but when you get stronger. When you understand that ease is never the goal, growth is. And growth only comes when you step into resistance, when you push past your own boundaries. The architects of history, those who reshaped the world, didn't walk the path of least resistance. They climbed, stumbled, rose again, and kept climbing. When adversity confronted them, they smiled because they knew each obstacle was a signpost. You are on the right path. And I'll tell you this, the struggle isn't your enemy. It's your training ground. The mind, just like the body, strengthens under pressure. Without the push, there is no growth. Without the storm, no mastery. But here's the truth most ignore. The battle isn't out there, it's within. Every doubt, every hesitation, every voice that says, "You can't," they all live in your mind. That's your battlefield. Conquer it, and the world bends to your will. You'll face moments where everything in you screams to quit, times when you'll question whether the effort is worth it. And it's in those moments, right there, where the decision is made, rise or retreat. Every name you remember, every innovator, every leader, every creator of revolutions stood at that crossroad, exhausted, broken, uncertain. But they chose to keep moving, and that choice made all the difference. You don't need the perfect conditions. You don't need more time. What you need is already within you, the power to act, to persist, to defy the odds. Success is not a matter of chance. It's the result of relentless intention. If you're waiting for the right moment, this is it. The time is now, not tomorrow, not when it feels easier. Now. The question is, will you choose to rise? We live in a world obsessed with comfort. Everywhere you turn, there's a promise of ease, a shortcut, a way to avoid the grind. But let me tell you, comfort is a beautiful trap, and those who fall for it remain stuck, watching others rise. The mind whispers, "Stay here. It's safe. It's enough." But growth never happens where it's safe. Every breakthrough in human history was born from discomfort, from someone daring to go further than what felt bearable. Think of the explorers who sailed beyond the known world, risking everything on uncharted waters, or the scientists who chased discoveries no one else believed in, not because it was easy, but because they refused to settle for less than their vision. When you seek only what feels good, you're telling the universe, "I'm not ready for more." Because more demands sacrifice. It requires you to trade momentary pleasure for long-term achievement. Your mind is a tool, a powerful force of creation, but only if you stretch it. Like a muscle, it grows when tested. If you never challenge it, if you always choose the easy way, it softens. It weakens, and with it, your dreams begin to slip away. The world honors the relentless, those who embrace discomfort as a necessary companion on the road to mastery. Look at icons like Amelia Earhart, who defied every limitation placed upon her, or Nikola Tesla, who worked tirelessly, often alone, driven by a vision no one else could see. They didn't chase comfort. They chased progress. And here's a secret. When you start choosing what's difficult, discomfort transforms. It's no longer something to avoid. It becomes a signal that you're evolving, that you're not who you were yesterday. Every time you push beyond what's familiar, you expand your capacity, not just to succeed, but to withstand life itself. Because life will challenge you, whether you're prepared or not. The difference is, those who train themselves to lean into the hard things are never caught off guard. They don't just survive, they thrive. Ask yourself, are you seeking convenience, or are you building resilience? Because one will keep you stagnant, while the other turns you into a force that nothing can break. There is no greatness in the comfort zone, only maintenance, only mediocrity. But just outside that zone, that's where your true potential lives, waiting for you to claim it. The choice is simple but not easy. Stay comfortable or grow unstoppable. Let's be clear, the road to anything worthwhile is never paved smooth. It's rugged, unpredictable, and often brutal. But that's precisely why it leads to greatness. If you're waiting for things to get easier, for the obstacles to disappear, you'll be waiting forever. Because success doesn't require things to get easier. It requires you to get tougher. And that toughness, it's called resilience. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's built, forged in the fires of experience, in the moments when quitting would have been easier, but you stood your ground instead. Every time you fall and choose to rise, you're reinforcing it. Every failure you face and refuse to surrender to, you're sharpening it. Until one day, what once seemed impossible becomes just another step forward. History is full of examples. Take Helen Keller, blind, deaf, but relentless in her pursuit of education and advocacy. Or Elon Musk, who faced public failures, financial ruin, and personal doubt, yet still pushed forward to redefine entire industries. These aren't stories of luck or genius. They're stories of individuals who simply refuse to stay down. Resilience is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the quiet strength that carries you through when the initial excitement fades, when motivation runs dry, and when progress feels invisible. Because make no mistake, motivation is fleeting. It's a spark, not a fire. Resilience is the fuel that keeps burning when the spark goes out. And it's built by doing the hard things, especially when you don't feel like it. By choosing discipline over distraction. By seeing setbacks not as dead ends, but as valuable lessons wrapped in temporary defeat. Think of the tallest trees. They don't stand firm because they've never faced storms. They stand because they've survived them, grown deeper roots, and adapted. So must you. Whatever your goal is, building a business, mastering a skill, transforming your life, you will be tested. You will be tempted to give up. But remember this, every great achievement is on the other side of perseverance. When you choose to keep going, even when it's painful, even when it's lonely, you're not just moving forward. You're becoming unstoppable. The question is not whether you'll face hardship. The question is whether you'll use it to rise. The answer, that's up to you. Success isn't an accident. It doesn't show up at your door uninvited. It arrives when you've decided, truly decided, what you want, and you refuse to accept anything less. Without a clear target, you're just wandering. Imagine trying to cross an ocean without a map or compass. You'll drift endlessly, hoping the winds carry you somewhere meaningful. That's how most people live. Aimless, reactive, directionless. But not you. Not if you choose differently. It starts with a vision. One so vivid, so compelling, that it lights a fire in your soul. You have to see it before you can be it. Define your success in no uncertain terms. Be precise. Vague desires produce vague outcomes. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, declare exactly how, in what field, by what measure, with what impact. The sharper your aim, the straighter your path. And don't just hold that vision in your mind. Put it to paper. Writing it down is a commitment, a contract between who you are and who you're becoming. It's the first act of creation, turning thought into form. But writing isn't enough. A blueprint without builders is worthless. You need a plan, one that breaks your vision into steps you can take, track, and conquer. Not someday, but every single day. Every monumental achievement you admire was built on small, consistent efforts, repeated relentlessly. The Olympic champion didn't win gold by dreaming about it. They showed up to practice when no one was watching, pushed themselves when no one was cheering. Progress is built in the quiet, in the routine, in the days when you'd rather not, but do anyway. And here's the truth. Waiting for the perfect time to start is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. There is no perfect time. There is only now. Perfection is an illusion. Action is real, and it's through action that clarity, momentum, and results are born. You might fall. You might fail. That's guaranteed. But every misstep teaches you where to adjust. Every setback provides data for the comeback. The world rewards action takers. Not the thinkers, not the wishers, the doers. So decide, will you be the one who watches, waits, wonders? Or will you be the one who moves, builds, creates? Your destiny is not written by chance. It's crafted by your choices. And the first choice is to start. There is one force more powerful than any strategy, any tool, any advantage you could ever possess: belief. Not just the casual kind, but an unwavering, unbreakable certainty in yourself. Belief is the inner engine that drives every action, every decision, every breakthrough. Without it, talent is wasted. Intelligence lies dormant. Opportunities pass by unnoticed. But with it, with true, deep-rooted belief, the impossible begins to shift. Every revolutionary, every pioneer, every change maker, from Rosa Parks to Leonardo da Vinci, carried a belief that transcended the evidence around them. They didn't wait for approval, for signs, or for guarantees. They decided that their vision was real long before anyone else could see it. And that's where most people falter. They wait to believe until the results show up. But that's backward. Results follow belief, not the other way around. Success starts in the mind. Before it's reality, it's a conviction, a certainty so embedded that failure, doubt, and setbacks can't shake it loose. But belief is not passive. It's not sitting quietly hoping things will turn out. Real belief is active. It demands persistence. It demands showing up when no one's watching, when no one's applauding, when everything in you questions if it's worth it. You'll hear the inner critics. You'll face the external doubters. And yet, you must hold the line, because belief is built, not given. Every time you push forward despite uncertainty, you reinforce it. Every action you take in the face of fear fortifies it. And here's the beauty of belief. It transforms how you see failure. Where others see a dead end, you see data. Where others see rejection, you see redirection. Most give up at the first setback. They interpret difficulty as a sign they're not capable. But those with belief understand that obstacles are simply part of the process. A detour, not a dead end. Remember, belief is the soil from which persistence grows. Without it, you'll quit when it gets hard. With it, you'll adapt, evolve, and keep moving forward. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Guard it. Feed it with ideas, people, and experiences that strengthen your belief. Visualize your success daily. Speak about it as if it's inevitable. Act as if it's already yours. Because here's the truth. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. But when you do, when your belief is so strong it radiates, the world can't help but take notice. The only real limit is the one you accept, and belief shatters limits. So ask yourself, are you willing to believe before the evidence arrives? Are you ready to stake your future on the power within you? Because once you do, there's nothing that can stop you. Every journey worth taking is paved with challenges. But here's the truth that few understand. Every challenge is an invitation to rise higher, to become better, to discover the strength you never knew you had. Those who leave their mark on the world aren't the ones who avoided difficulty. They're the ones who transformed it. Think of Frida Kahlo, who turned personal pain into art that speaks to generations. Or Nelson Mandela, who emerged from decades of imprisonment not with bitterness, but with a vision that united a nation. They didn't surrender to their hardships. They used them. And that's the secret. Struggle isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's the crucible where passion is tested, refined, and strengthened. Without struggle, passion is just a fleeting feeling. But when you pursue something with your whole heart, no setback is permanent. Every obstacle is fuel. Every failure, a lesson. Find what sets your soul on fire. The goal, the mission, the cause that wakes you up even when you're tired, that keeps you going when others have stopped. Let that passion pull you forward when motivation fades. But remember, passion alone is never enough. It must be paired with discipline, persistence, and consistent action. The world is full of dreamers who never do, who talk about their ambitions, but never build them. You have to move, imperfectly, urgently, relentlessly. And while you're moving, you'll fail. That's inevitable. But failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a critical part of it. Every stumble is shaping you, teaching you, preparing you for the next level. The only real failure is quitting. As long as you keep going, you haven't failed. You're just learning. You must become a student of life. Never stop seeking knowledge. Read, listen, observe, apply. The world is changing faster than ever, and only those committed to continuous growth will keep up. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who elevate your thinking, who refuse to let you settle. Success isn't built in isolation. It's built in environments that demand your best. But above all, act. You've read enough. You've planned enough. Now it's time to move. Because dreams without action remain dreams. And action transforms dreams into reality. Start where you are, with what you have, in this very moment. Because nothing changes until you do. So ask yourself, are you ready to claim the life that's waiting for you? Are you prepared to turn struggle into strength, failure into wisdom, passion into purpose? The time is not tomorrow. It's not when you feel ready. The time is now. This is your moment. Step forward. Begin.